going on, guys? It's Blaine, and it has been a minute since I've gotten on here and made a video. Thinking the last video I made was back in January, maybe? Can't really remember. Had a lot of stuff going on. Just recently moved, no longer in Kentucky. Moved out to Nevada, Las Vegas to be precise, actually. I know, big city life. Who would have thunk it? But I'm gonna start doing videos again. I miss it. I'm gonna start doing it again. And particularly this video, I'm gonna try something a little different. You know, I'm still gonna make my gameplays. I'm gonna start doing that again and stuff like that. But I'm gonna try something a little different tonight. A lot of people who know me. I'm a pretty big fan of wrestling. You know, used to watch it a lot more as a kid, but you know, I still follow it pretty thickly now. You know, being older and working and such, I don't really get to catch the weekly shows like Raw and Smackdown as much as I used to, but I still keep up with it. I'll get on the website and I'll read about it and see what's going on, and I follow the storylines. But one thing I do actually keep up with every month is the pay-per-views. Been watching it consistently every month, and it's made a lot easier with the WWE network, since, you know, it's $10 a month and you can watch all the pay-per-views. It's perfect, considering pay-per-views used to be $60+. It's ridiculous. But what I'm gonna start doing is Friday before pay-per-views, because they always come on Sundays. I'm gonna start doing a prediction. You know, they're all over YouTube. People do it all the time, but I'm gonna give my own predictions. I'm gonna run through the card. You know, talk about the matches, you know, and give my thoughts on who I think is going to win. So, yeah, maybe I'll do some more. I don't know. Maybe I'll move on from predictions to doing some wrestling countdowns, you know, top wrestlers, top this, that, whatever. But I'm going to try this. And then hopefully Sunday, after Survivor Series goes off, I'll make another video, my reaction video, talking about, you know, what I did pick, which ones I got right, which ones I got wrong, and what I thought of the matches. You know, pretty simple. Just another viewpoint for wrestling fans out there. You know, hear one of the, you know, an average guy's view take on the stuff. But yeah, let's get started. Let's get this ball rolling. Let's get to talking about some stuff. So, my man drink, since we're talking about man wrestling. So anyways, Survivor Series. It's the one of the big four. You know, you got Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Survivor Series used to be a lot better, I think, because they've got the traditional Survivor Series matches, which is generally 5-on-5 eliminations. And used to be that was what the whole card was. Everything, all the matches generally were the 5-on-5 elimination matches. Nowadays, they've really resorted down to just one or two, which in a way is okay. I kind of miss all of it being that way, but it makes it more memorable, I guess. Instead of just having a bunch of random teams thrown together, the teams they do put together, they have some meaning behind them. So, starting at the top of the card, or the bottom, however you want to look at it, is the pre-show match. It's going to be Enzo Amore versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship. Cruiserweights have been struggling. I think it's been kind of hard for them to really get going and get something behind them that gets people want to watch. You know, started out with TJP as the champion, and nobody really cared. And then B. Brian Kendrick came in, he became a champion, and you know, he brought the veteran aspect into it. But it's really just struggled until I think Neville came in and took that, and he ran with it, and he really started putting them on the map. But in all honesty, I think Enzo is doing more with it than Neville did. Neville was he was really good at what he did. He was a typical heel. Everybody hated him, but, you know, fans loved him for it. But Enzo's coming in, and he's really making it his, you know. He's went from this goofy, trash-talking, you know, crazy guy with big cast, to now he's a legit heel, you know. He still does his trash-talking, but he does it in a way that pisses you off. He's taking his annoying character traits, and instead of making it where he's playing to the crowd, Now he's just being annoying. And I think doing that has really started to put the cruiserweights on the map. And then you come in with Kalisto, who I know a lot of people say is generic Rey Mysterio, but he can work pretty well, I think. I think he does pretty well, and he comes in as a good face to Enzo's heel. And am I going to watch it? Probably not. I generally don't watch the pre-shows, especially the ones on the Big Four, because they're 2 hours long. That puts you at least 6 hours of wrestling. Which, don't get me wrong, I love wrestling, but I like to watch them wrestle. I don't like to see people talk all the time. So I might tune in just to catch the match. I'm not going to catch the pre-show, though. But who am I picking? I don't think they're ready to take the belt off Enzo yet. I think Enzo's going to take it. Whether he does it clean or dirty, I don't know. But I don't think the belt's coming off Enzo. If it does come off, if Kalisto does take it, I think Enzo's going to win it right back on Raw or 205 Live. He's really carrying it right now, and I don't think he's going to give it up. I don't think they're going to take it off of him. So that's my pick. Enzo going to win it. Moving on. Next is the Shield versus the New Day. Everybody was rumoring about the Shield getting back together. I personally didn't think it was going to happen. I thought, they're trying to push Roman Reigns too hard. They're not going to throw him back into the Shield, but I was proven wrong. And then, they got him back together. They started doing some stuff, and then Roman got sick. So he wasn't able to do his TLC match. So technically, we didn't have the Shield reunion we wanted. Now, unless something happens between now and Sunday, we're getting that. And it's going to be against probably the other best faction in the past, 10 years. The New Day. They're killing it. They've been killing it since they got together. And this is a tough one, because I know the Shield just got back together, and they're trying to push them to be these super strong, powerful people again. But then again, the New Day, they're kind of like, I feel like they're trying to push them back up, trying to get them back in the picture. So this one's a tough choice. I don't know if they're going to let the Shield lose, though. They didn't get their time in the sun at TLC because Roman wasn't there. Kurt had to fill in, Kurt Angle, which was fucking great, by the way. When I saw that they were putting Kurt Angle in that match, I was like, what? But I think the Shield's going to take it. I think they are. I don't think they're going to let them lose just because people like the Shield. They like the New Day, but the Shield it's kind of like when the Hardys came back at WrestleMania, That was nostalgic. That was people getting to see something they hadn't seen in a while. So, the Shield. I'm going to say the Shield. Shield's going to take it. So, I could be wrong. I don't know. But, moving on, we got the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, taking on Baron Corbin. I don't know how I feel about this match, to be honest. I've never understood having a heel versus heel match, because, who do you get behind? And I know in a way they're kind of doing it to, instead of you getting behind a heel or a face, you're supposed to get behind one of the brands, whether it be Raw or SmackDown. But, alright, I gotta take my glasses off. I can see the reflection. It's driving me nuts. So, but it is. I feel like they fixed this in some of the other matches because, like the Women's Championship matches was going to be Alexa Bliss and Natalya. Both heels. So who do you get behind? I really thought they were going to fix it with this match too and have Sin Cara win to take the belt from Corbin, but they didn't. They kept it on Corbin. Since this is a match that's not really about the championships, no one's going to lose their belt, I feel like they're going to let Miz lose. If it was for the actual IC title, because really on Raw, they don't really have anybody else to put it on. There's people they could put it on, but I feel like they've got it on The Miz, and they're going to keep it on The Miz. But since this is not about the actual championship, it's about just brand supremacy, I feel like Corbin's going to take it. Because they really booked him badly with that Money in the Bank thing. Having him cash in and lose it like that was just, it was stupid. And he's getting so much heat for it. It's ridiculous. So I feel like they're going to let Corbin win because I feel like they're trying to push him back up, get him back up there because he was supposed to be the next big heel on SmackDown. He was supposed to be in that position, and then they botched it. So I feel like they're going to let Corbin take it. He's going to win. He's going to walk out with the W, I think. Could be wrong. I don't know. WWE's hard to predict anymore. Next on the list is the women. I know we just talked about this. Originally, it was supposed to be Alexa Bliss, the Raw Women's Champion, versus Natalya, who was the SmackDown Women's Champion. And once again, I didn't know how I felt about this because out of the majority of the little champion matches, it was heel versus heel, and I feel like they did a good job with fixing this by giving the belt to Charlotte Flair, because Charlotte Flair has generally been the top dog. I know she's kind of been dropped down a little bit since she moved to SmackDown, but she was off TV because of her dad, just all kinds of stuff. But putting the belt back on her now that she's super over and she's not a heel, she's a face now. Putting the belt on her, I feel, is going to make this match a lot better. Alexa Bliss, she's a great worker. She always does that weird arm thing, and she can take some bumps. And Charlotte Flair is just crazy talented. She takes after her dad so much. And this is another one I think they're going to give to SmackDown. I think Charlotte Flair is going to take this one. I don't feel that they would have put this belt on her just to have her lose at Survivor Series. I don't think it's going to work that way. I think she's going to take it and she's going to win. Just my opinion. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. Moving on. We got the tag team champions. Sheamus and Cesaro. The Bar. Versus the Usos. Uso Penitentiary. Ugh, so stupid. This was another one that they changed it up. Right before it was supposed to be Rollins and Ambrose versus the Usos. And I feel like they did this because they wanted, now that Roman's back, they wanted to give everybody their Shield match. And they couldn't do that if Rollins and Ambrose still had the titles. They couldn't do that. So I feel like they gave it to Sheamus and Cesaro to fix that problem. I feel like they with the whole card, really, I feel like they rushed into making a bunch of matches and didn't think it through. And that's why so much has changed as we got closer, which is cool because it makes it unpredictable, You don't see that very often where it's like, oh, 2 days out, let's change a matchup. You don't see that very often. And I like that they're doing that. It makes it more interesting, makes it seem more realistic, kind of like kayfabe is still alive because, hey, anything can happen. We can change it at the last minute if we want. They could have had a live show Saturday night and had a title change. And then, that kind of stuff keeps it interesting. And I like that they did that with the tag teams. I think it's going to be Sheamus and Cesaro, though, because it's the same thing with Charlotte Flair. I don't feel like they would just give the belts to them and then have them lose. But this is also another one of those situations that it's heel versus heel, because Sheamus and Cesaro are heel right now, as are the Usos. But I think Sheamus and Cesaro are going to take it one because they're just more over than the Usos. Usos, in my opinion, since they went heel, are kind of boring. They've got that I'm a thug, rough, toughish kind of thing, which worked against the New Day because, they all were kind of doing it to each other. But now it's like, we get it. You're a badass. You think you're badass, whatever. I personally think they're kind of boring. So yeah, I think Sheamus and Cesaro are gonna take it. I don't know though. Nah, Sheamus and Cesaro. I'm sticking with it. Moving on, the last actual champion versus champion match. Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles. Another change up at the last minute, and it was supposed to be Lesnar versus Jinder, which I was kind of surprised about this one because Jinder actually called out Brock Lesnar, not the other way around. It wasn't like this match was just made. Jinder Mahal called out Brock Lesnar. So the fact that they took the belt off him is kind of weird to me. I really thought they were going to keep it on him for a while. It seemed kind of sudden because he's gone this whole time now. I don't remember when he won it. Backlash, maybe? But he's had it for a while, and he's gone through some pretty formidable people. He's Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura. He's he's not necessarily proved himself, but he's gotten better. And I feel like we're finally getting to that point where, okay, I don't like him as champion, but he's been champion for a while now, so I'm starting to accept him as champion. And then they had him lose on a live show, or on a Smackdown, to AJ Styles, which, in a way, okay, it's going to make for a more marquee match. I know this is a big pay-per-view, but it just seemed kind of sudden, kind of odd, but we all know who's going to win. It's going to be Brock Lesnar's going to win. I don't know, though, because they're billing AJ Styles as the underdog. And generally, when the underdog comes in, it's that person usually somehow, more often than not, pulls an upset. But I don't know if you can call AJ Styles the underdog. I mean, Brock Lesnar, he's strong. You know, he's Suplex City. But in terms of wrestling talent, like ability, he's got his suplexes. That's it, which is cool. The fans love it. When he starts doing those suplexes, you know, that's great. And that's his thing. AJ Styles is more technically superior, I think. I think if it was anything other than WWE, I think if this was in another promotion, Brock Lesnar would be considered the underdog, in my opinion. But you know how Vince McMahon loves his big, sweaty, you know, muscular, veiny dudes. So, and I don't think they're ready to take the belt off Lesnar yet. I feel like he's going to carry it all the way to at least WrestleMania, I think. I think he's taking it all the way there, which, I don't know why I'm even talking about this. It's not for the belts, but I don't think they're going to let him lose and look weak. This is the last I heard. There's no rumors on who might be possibly taking it from him. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to let him look weak. But then on the other hand, they just gave the belt to AJ Styles. So, they got to build him up. They're going to make him champion. They got to start pushing him up. But I feel like something's going to happen in this match. More than likely, this match is going to be the last match of the night. I don't know, it could be this or the men's Survivor Series match. I feel like this one's going to be the last one, though. And I feel like something's going to happen. Whether it's someone coming out to attack Lesnar or somebody coming out to attack Styles, I don't know. But I feel like something's going to happen. So, but if nothing happens and I got to pick a choice, I'm going to have Brock Lesnar. I mean, how often does he lose? Not very. So, yeah, Brock Lesnar. Okay. Next, we're going to get into the two traditional Survivor Series matches. The first one, the women's. Normally, don't take this the wrong way. I think women wrestlers have come a long way, but I'm just not normally real interested in watching, because it's not that they can't. Some of the women, Sasha Banks, Bailey, Becky Lynch, are amazing. They're super talented and skilled, but they're never booked right, and it just makes it like, how many pay-per-views have we had that it's 5 women against each, a fatal 5-way, or a triple threat, or we're going to have a tag team. It's just because I feel like they don't know what to do with them. They don't ever make super good women rivalries. It just doesn't happen very often. But I think this is going to be an interesting match. For SmackDown, you got Becky Lynch. She's the captain. You got Carmella, who happens to have the Money in the Bank still. Thank God she got rid of James Ellsworth. Oh, that guy. You also got Tamina, Naomi, and as of me recording this, it was supposed to be Charlotte Flair, but now she's the champion. So that last spot is still open. And like I said, as of me recording this, I don't think they've announced anybody to take her spot. More than likely, I have a feeling it'll be Natalya. I mean, who else do they have? They have Natalya and Lana. I don't think it'll be Lana. I don't think she's there yet. So it's more than likely going to be Natalya. I'd say she's going to come out. She's going to be in the match. But maybe a surprise entrant. That'd make things cool. Have somebody come back from the past. Be kind of neat. Shake things up. But on the other team, we got the Raw team. Alicia Fox, just out of nowhere, is the captain. It's like, where have you been? Now you're the captain of the Raw team. Cool. She's picked a good team of, pretty much the only legit wrestlers on Raw other than Mickie James. Who's that leave? Dana Brooke? Yeah, that's it. And Alexa Bliss, but she's in the title match, so. But it's Alicia Fox is captain, and you got Asuka. Who's really awesome, by the way. I love Asuka. Nia Jax, and then Bayley and Sasha Banks. I said, I don't really know what to say about it. It'd be different if they hadn't been pushing this same kind of match through every pay-per-view. It's very, and even on Raw and SmackDown, it's always, hey, let's take all the women and have them wrestle each other. So we've seen this. The only difference now is it's Raw versus SmackDown. So there's not really a big change here. I think it's going to be SmackDown. SmackDown's probably going to win. I feel like the Raw side is going to implode because Bayley, I think something's going to happen with Bayley and Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks needs to be heel. She's not getting anywhere as a face. She's amazing, the fans love her, but she's losing that momentum from when she first came out, and her and Charlotte Flair were back and forth for the women's title. Now that she doesn't have Charlotte Flair, she got Bayley, who's also equally amazing. She needs to be heel. And I know this doesn't really have much to do with the match, but yeah. So yeah, I think it's going to be SmackDown. Just my opinion. I can't wait to see Tamina and Nia Jax go at it though. I hope they don't skim over that. More than likely, Nia Jax is going to be one of the first ones eliminated. That's how it always goes. The big ones are always one of the first ones eliminated. But God, Nia Jax versus Tamina will be amazing. Becky Lynch versus Asuka will be awesome as well. But yeah, SmackDown. I think SmackDown's going to win it. So, and the last match. The Men's Survivor Series match. SmackDown, Shane McMahon, who can't seem to keep himself out of pay-per-views. He's supposed to be the commissioner, pretty much the owner of SmackDown, per se. And, SmackDown's considered the land of opportunity. But how many SmackDown pay-per-views has it been that Shane McMahon has somehow ended up in? I think he was in Survivor Series last year, too, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's like that spot could have gone to somebody... somebody up and coming, who on Sami Zayn, not necessarily captain. They could have put someone else as the captain, but land of opportunity. Give your boys a chance. Quit taking their spot, Shane O'Mac. Come on. But still, I like Shane. I like watching him because he's not really a wrestler, but he still goes out and he does some crazy shit. And you got John Cena coming back, of course, because it's a big four. He'll be gone again. Randy Orton, because gotta have main event guys. Bobby Roode. Interested to see how he does, because he's generally a heel. He was a heel in NXT, and when he came over to SmackDown, he became a face, going up against Dolph Ziggler and such. I don't think they're gonna keep that. I think he's gonna turn on somebody. I don't know. And then Shinsuke Nakamura, who I feel like is also losing a lot of his momentum since coming from NXT, but that SmackDown team, pretty decent team. I think they could have done without Shane and could have done without John Cena, and gave those spots to some other people. But Raw did even worse in that regards. Kurt Angle's captain. Of course they're going to ride this Kurt Angle train because he came and wrestled at TLC. Now that they show that he can actually still got it, they're going to start putting him in matches, and so, of course, he's going to be the captain, just also because Shane's the captain. Braun Strowman, of course, you got to have Braun Strowman. He's, Braun Strowman. It's Mojo, because he just came back. He was main event player, and then he got injured, I think, and had to be out for a couple months. And Finn Balor, who's floating off in, I don't know where land. They need to do something with him, or he's going to be dropped down to mid-card and not be worth a shit. which is sad because he's so awesome. And then it was supposed to be Jason Jordan, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge Jason Jordan fan. I'm not really digging this whole Kurt Angle son thing, but I like to see people come from the bottom and go up, and I feel like they were doing that with Jason Jordan, even though he was getting booed by the fans. But, you know, they gave him a spot on the team, which I feel like they could have done so much with, because everybody's saying that Kurt Angle has been giving him favoritism because he's his son. They could have made a story out of that, you know? Could have done something, but instead, hey, let's bring Triple H back. Why not, you know, because he's the COO, and he can pick and choose what matches he wants to be in. Ain't been there since WrestleMania. Hey, I want to be in Survivor Series, kick somebody off. I don't really think that's a good thing. You know, I feel like they had enough star power going into this match with, you know, with Kurt Angle and John Cena in such. I don't think they needed Triple H, but maybe I know they're setting up for a thing with Kurt Angle and Triple H. Maybe this is going to be that launching point for that, because, you know, Kurt Angle and Stephanie are going at it, and I feel like this is going to be what starts pushing that rivalry, because rumors are they're going to fight each other at WrestleMania. I feel like Triple H is turning into the new Undertaker with WrestleMania. He has to have a match at WrestleMania every year, and, you know, one of the big marquee matches. So who knows? Maybe this is what's gonna cause a fight between them. Something. I feel like this is gonna be the same with the Lesnar and Styles match. I feel like something's gonna happen. I find it really hard with this card to believe that every one of these matches is gonna get off with just clean victories. I feel like it's gonna come down to the captains. In my opinion, I think it's going to be everybody else is going to be eliminated except for Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle. Somehow it's going to come down to those two, and I feel like Triple H is going to come back out and do something to Kurt Angle, setting up that rivalry. Could be wrong. I have been wrong quite a bit lately with my predictions, but yeah, I think it's going to be Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle are going to be the last ones, and something's going to happen to throw this into. But it's not going to be something such as somebody from SmackDown comes out and gets the Raw guy. You know, it's not because after Survivor Series, there's no more Raw versus SmackDown rivalries. It's the only time, just Survivor Series. So I feel like whatever's going to happen is going to happen in the team. It's going to be somebody from Raw is going to do something to somebody from Raw, because they also have to get the rivalries going back again. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Something's going to happen. It's not going to be a clean victory. Something's going to happen, and it's going to go off the air, leave us with cliffhanger. But I think Raw's going to win. Even though I think something's going to happen during or after the match, Raw's probably going to take it. Just because SmackDown has been so aggressive. You know, they came that one night and attacked everybody at Raw, and then the New Day came in and caused Ambrose and Rollins to lose their titles, and they've just been so aggressive in attacking Raw, and Raw has not really reciprocated much other than Cain. Cain and Strowman are supposed to be having a thing. I bet you Cain's gonna get involved. Calling it right now. Cain's gonna get involved, but I still think Raw's gonna take it, and that's it. But being as how this is supposed to be a Raw versus SmackDown pay-per-view, I have been keeping track, and I feel like overall Raw's gonna win the night. Well, actually, I think it's gonna be tied. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2. No. Okay, I was thinking Enzo, because he's technically Enzo and Kalisto both are Raw. Technically, all the cruiserweights are on Raw, but no, I didn't count that one. It's gonna be Raw's gonna take 4 matches, and SmackDown's only gonna take 3. So in the end, Raw's gonna be the dominant brand, I think, after tonight. But that's my predictions. I know it's kind of long. I get a little long-winded when I get to talking about this stuff. But yeah, let me just quick review. Enzo, Kalisto, Enzo. Shield, New Day, Shield. Miz versus Corbin is going to be Corbin. Bliss versus Flair, Flair. Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Usos is going to be Sheamus and Cesaro. Lesnar's going to beat AJ Styles. SmackDown women are going to beat the Raw women, and the Raw men are going to beat the SmackDown men. So that's my predictions, and I'll be watching Survivor Series on Sunday. Don't forget NXT tomorrow, bringing back War Games. Oh, it's going to be awesome. I don't usually keep up with NXT very much. I kind of read what's going on, but I usually try to watch the TakeOver pay-per-views, and I'm definitely watching this one. Even if I don't watch any of the other matches, I'm watching that War Games, because that's going to be fucking amazing. Yeah, I'll be watching, and I'll be keeping up with the ones I get wrong, which is probably going to be most of them, and then I'll make another video, and I don't know, maybe make a game out of this with you guys. How about you give me some ideas in the comments what I can do for every match I get wrong. It could be anything, I don't know. If I get, more matches wrong than right, I don't know, I'll do something you guys want, and I'll record it, put it on YouTube so you can see it. As long as it's not crazy. I'm not running down the street naked or anything. Nobody wants to see that. So yeah, tune in Sunday, Survivor Series. Check it out, and I'll holler at you guys later. See ya.